Hey, Appliance Bootcamp. This is Mike Sneed coming to you. I'm gonna give YouTube time to send out some notifications. Let everybody know that we're live this afternoon. I want to thank everybody who's been tuning in to Appliance Bootcamp. Really appreciate it. Really do. We really do appreciate everything you all have done throughout helping support this channel. People who came to the Appliance Bootcamps. We're really grateful for all the support we've been having. I really am. All right, we're gonna give YouTube a little bit more time to send some people in, get some people to actually start watching. All right. What I want to do, I want to come to you all and talk to you all about why we specialize in ownership at Appliance Bootcamp. At Appliance Bootcamp, when you come to the Appliance Bootcamp, I have to be honest with you, and I have to tell everybody this. We're putting people into business. We're not necessarily going to be making you the best technicians out there. We're going to give you the skill set you need to become good technicians to get started. But we want to transition you over into business ownership. We're on and that's strictly because of the people, the demographics of the people that we are actually targeting. I made videos before and said my targeted audience is men 35 to 55. Those are the ideal candidates that we want to bring into Appliance Bootcamp. And with that demographics of people that we're bringing in, those people most of the time that's coming to us, they have careers. They have jobs, and usually they're nice paying jobs, but they don't have any ownership, and they're getting late into the game. Like I said, life is a game, just like football. It's 4 quarters. In your 20s, from your 20s, you're going to be in your first quarter, and that's when people mostly mess up their money, make bad decisions in their 20s. In your 30s, that's second quarter. That's when you start to realize things that you were taught in school and taught throughout life that your parents and everybody might have told you might not have been the truth. And then you go into halftime, and you go into halftime. Most of the time, you realize then that I got to do something different, because you saying, "Hey, I don't have any retirement. My career, even though it's paying me what they call a livable salary, I'm not getting any traction where I can actually put money away to start doing investing, to actually start securing my future as I get older." And as you know, we're living to be a lot older now. When Social Security first came out, the average life expectancy for American men was about 55 years old. So what happened? You didn't live that long, so Social Security figured that you weren't going to live long enough to live on Social Security. That's why they put it put it at the age limit they did, because they figured that half the people wouldn't get there, because you're only living to be about 55 years old. Now with technology and modern medicine, it's not uncommon for for people. It's real common for people to live in their 80s and 90s now. It's not uncommon. And just think, if you get into your 60s and it's time to retire, you got to now live just as long not being able to work as you did when you was working. And you got to have an income and cash flow to get out there and support yourself. And unfortunately, your bodies are not able to sustain itself like it when you get in your later years. So the guys who's coming to Appliance Boot Camp, I have to actually get them out there and get them into ownership. These guys, when they're coming to me, like I said, they're coming in their late 30s, mid to late 30s, and up into their 50s. So they don't have 4 or 5 years to go work for somebody to actually to learn the trade, become the best technicians out there. I need to get them out there and get them into a mindset of becoming a boss, where they actually are the boss, and they get used to actually running their own business. Once I get them into that mindset, then I got to transition them over into becoming a business owner, where they actually can go out there and hire technicians and whatnot, and get them to start doing what business owners do. Because most of the people who's coming here, this is going to be their retirement. They're going to have to get some technicians out there and get their business built, and have those technicians working for them in their later years, paying for their retirement. They're not going to get a pension. They're not going to get 401k. You just saw I think it was GM this past week, just said they putting a freeze on their pensions. Even people who've been there working are not going to be able to get their pensions. I got a fly flying through here. GM just came out and said, hey, they're not even going to give you your pensions no more, even though you don't work for it. They're putting a freeze on it. So even the people who's actually at GM these days are not even going to get their pension. So hey, what you gonna do? Let me get this fly. Okay, hopefully he won't come back around. So what you gonna do? Even the people who've done everything they said was supposed to be done right, they're not gonna get a pension. So what I have to do, I have to get these young men in here and these older men in here, get them in a position where they actually can become business owners and become get their mindset changed. So after they come here and I show them the potential that they can make money here and show them that it is something that can sustain their family. Then once they do that, then I gotta change their financial the way they look at finances. I gotta show them how to budget their money. I gotta show them how to actually start uh, um, bringing their money in and actually start budgeting it the way it should be, so that when they do make that extra money, they won't blow it away. And then once I get them to actually budget their money correctly, now I got and then they start looking at the potential and they want to move to the next step where they want to actually start becoming actual business owners. Then I gotta take them over to other avenues, take them over to the USA or either PSA, someplace like that, to actually get them to start learning the business side and get them get them over there working in our industry and actually becoming a business owner and getting them over there into that stream with nothing but business owners where they actually then can get all the stuff that they need. I'm only one person. I don't have the network in place at this moment to actually uh, be able to take all the different steps, be able to bring you in, do the technical support. Then after I get to do the technical support, then take you over into the business side. All I'm doing right now, I'm just the guy who's kind of opening it up and flagging y'all, say, hey, this is where you need to go, and this can do it. So once you get in, yeah, I want you to be because the guys coming out, they're very technical. They doing very good as technicians and stuff. But they gotta make their mindset. They gotta become business owners, and that's what the video I done earlier this week about is that you are the boss, and that's what I'm actually pushing people to actually becoming business owners, because what happened, when they coming to me at 55, just think if they come to me at 55, and if they were to go spend 2 to 3 years working for somebody, the most they would make is about maybe 50,000 a year first starting off, working for somebody for those 2 to 3 years, and then after those 2 to 3 years, and they become very good technicians. The skill set they need as a technician is not necessarily it's not going to be the skill set they're going to need as a business owner. They're not going to need that. So they got the skill set of a technician, but they still don't have the mindset of a boss of a business owner because they still working for somebody. So now it's going to take them another 2 to 3 years to come out that mindset of being an employee and becoming a boss. So that's 6 years they actually got now invested into the appliance repair business of actually changing over into it. And at that age, right now, they are 58 years old and they still haven't really learned how to run a business. They might be self-employed, but they haven't really learned how to run a business. And the first time when they come out of being an employee and start trying to be self-employed and running calls by themselves, just say they. I ain't gonna say they make 100,000. I say they make 85,000. We be conservative. Say they make 85,000 a year for those 3 years. At the end of those 6 years, they would have made like $405,000 in that span of time. And that right there is a nice little money, but it's not enough to retire on. And they still haven't put anything in retirement. They're in their 60s now. So what I tell people in your 40s, you're in your 30s, from 30 to 40, you whatchamacall, you clean up stuff. And then in your 40s and 50s, that's the fourth quarter. You got to win the game. So if taking the route of somebody coming here 50 and actually going out working for somebody 2 or 3 years and learning trade, then try to take another 2 to 3 years to change his mindset into being a boss and still haven't really learned how to run a business. Now he's in overtime. He's in his 60s already. He hasn't won the game. He ain't figured out if he actually wants to actually hire technicians, or if he just want to keep going the way he's going and just start buying assets like real estate and stuff like that. He haven't figured it out, and he in his 60s now. And people say, well, at 60, I'm gonna be good and this and that. No, they're not necessarily. I'm seeing a lot of YouTubers there who works out and do everything. They have hit their early to mid 50s. They having strokes, heart attacks. Their bodies are going out on them, and they're thinking and they're planning to do stuff in their 60s. But I'm thinking they're gonna have to reevaluate their game plan, because I don't know if their bodies are gonna hold out. That's happening. It's happening everywhere, everywhere. So so it's what I'm saying now. If you come here and if you do what I'm telling you to do, those first 3 years that you're actually out here running service calls, and you doing it as a boss, and you getting your mindset changed, and you making $85,000 a year. That's conservatively, you're gonna make $85,000 a year. And then once you become an actual business owner, where you actually have technicians and you actually maybe go out and start doing cash calls and stuff, you can actually then make anywhere. Just like I said, this is just being conservative. I'm gonna say you make $150,000 a year. You make a lot more when you got technicians running for you. But just say you make $150,000 a year. At the end of those 6 years, you made over $700,000. So that's about a $300,000 swing from just being a business owner and not being an employee. Now that $300,000, that's a lot that you could put in for your retirement, to buy rental property, to do everything with. It be the difference of you being on the system in your later years, waiting on the government and depending on handouts, or creating your own system and not having to depend on the government at all. And that's what I just want to tell you. I'm teaching ownership here. Sometimes ownership doesn't look as clean as somebody who's so technical. What happens when you're really technical? Just take for instance, look at what we call. Look at a prime example would be Tyler Perry versus Spike Lee. For a long time, Spike Lee has been very critical of Tyler Perry, saying he don't know how to make film. That his stuff is autofocus. He doesn't like his plots. He doesn't like, and everybody complained about him. But Tyler Perry was focused on ownership. He wasn't focused so much on the technical. He said the technical stuff will come, but I got to get ownership now. Now look at the roles where it's reversed. Where now, because Tyler was focused so much on ownership and owning it, and whatchamacall was so focused on the technical part, that now Tyler owns the whole studio and everything, and have to actually name studio after Spike Lee. Spike Lee is nowhere near where Tyler Perry is at now. Now, does he make some his movies and stuff because he's more technical? He's went to the film school. And that's something Tyler Perry said. He said, they're asking why Spike didn't get along with him as much. He said, well, no, Spike went to film school. He didn't go to film school. No, Spike came from a two-family household, university, and two-parent household that's very functional and stuff. And he said, "Hey, I come from someplace in New Orleans, in the hood, and I was homeless. So it was just two different things." And he, like I said, he wanted ownership, where he wanted to own something and wanted to build his own brand and be in control of everything and not ask nobody for nothing. On the other hand, Spike wanted to make the best films and be so technical with his films that he ended up making good films and being very technical, but he don't own anything. He still had to go ask for permission or ask for money and ask for studio time to actually create his films. Where now Tyler don't have to ask nobody for nothing. He can do whatever he wants. And that's what I'm telling people. I want people to be more into ownership. I want them to get away from the employee mindset. The technical part stuff, yes, that will come and you'll learn enough and you get enough to get going. But your the technical part of it, you want your technicians to know that. My subs that work for me, they 20 times better technicians than I am, because they focus on the technical part. But I'm 20 times better business owner than they are, because I focus on the business part and I focus on the ownership part. So like sometimes I got people now who are came to Appliance bootcamp, and they want to send technicians here for me to train them. And I said, I don't know if I'm a good place to send your technicians. because I'm not focusing so much on the technical, more so if I'm focusing on the business part. If you got a young technician, and it's some better programs out there that saying a young technician to go to actually become a better technician. And hopefully in the near future, I can start having a place to send those guys to people who are going to be very technical to get the technicians where you need to be at. But I'm focusing on the business owner, the person who needs to own the business. I'm not so much going to be on the technical part. I'm going to show you good things, but everything I do is going to be to expand on your business, to make you a better business owner, and to get you out that rat race. And now that we're talking about that, I want to show you too. This is something we need to start looking at. Um, as business owners, we need to start having a talk about USA and PSA. This is where I'm telling the business owners we got to start going here. So in January 19th to the 23rd, they're gonna have the national convention. It's gonna be in St. Pete Beach, Florida. I've been here a couple of times. This will be the second time really. I'm going here to this one at the Trade Wind Island. They had it there 2 years ago. I was there. Very good place. The resort was very good. They treated us real nice. But we got to start coming here. And once you get here, um, you might not be able to make it this year, but next year you're gonna need to get out here to this. Um, you need to start coming out here. And what happens here? We get together. See if I can find it. Well, they're not showing it right now. They ain't got the schedule up yet. But what they do, they have all the manufacturers. Let me see if I can see a list of the manufacturers that might be there. They have all the manufacturers that's going to be there. Let me see. They have all the list of these are all the manufacturers that'll be here, and for those days that we're there, they'll be doing training. They'll be just like our shop. They'll bring appliances there where you can tear them down, put them back together, and they'll be doing the manufacturers, the engineers that develop them. They'll be there actually doing training programs for you and actually showing you how to fix everything. All the software that we use, like Rawsware, the Blue Book, Mr. Appliance, everybody will be there. Fred's Appliance Academy, they're very good. They'll be there. Everybody will be there, and you can and the part supplier, and you can actually now learn straight from the manufacturer while you're there if you want to do the technical part, or you can have a business. They have a technical section and they have a business section. On the technical section, they'll teach the manufacturers be there teaching you everything about their appliances. On the business section, you'll sit down with the actual leaders of this industry, the guys like the Dean Landers, Paul McDonald, all those guys, and they will actually teach you business, how to actually run your business, and they'll put you in peer groups where you can actually pair up with people who actually will help you grow your business where you need to have it at, to where you can have technicians running for you, or they help you grow it to where you can sell it. They show you the proper way to grow it so you can sell it. So you can have your retirement and stuff. They have retirement people there showing you how to set up your retirement and everything. So this is stuff we're going to start looking into. Like right now, we don't have enough people, I think, yet to come go there. We got people just starting, but next year we have enough people who've been in the business long enough who's going to be time to start looking at this. Next year, we're going to have people going to this. Another one that they have is PSA and USA. They are the two industry leaders that we have in the appliance field. Marcone does one too, but the two leaders that is USA definitely. PSA, their membership. I haven't been to one in several years, but I used to flip flop between the two. I go to USA one year, PSA the next year. PSA, they actually have a certification process where you can actually take a test and you become what they call a master appliance technician. I bring my certificate and my patches. They give you a patch you can put on your shirt and all that. I'll bring that in for one of the videos, just show you how that goes. But yeah, one time only, we was able to get both of these two guys together, these two leaders, and they had one mega conference down in Orlando one year, and everybody in the industry was so happy, but they fell out again. These guys, they almost as bad as Blood and Crips against each other. But one time we was able to get them two together, and we had one conference, and it was really good. We thought then that we are gonna be able to do it every year, but the next year they had separated again. So I don't know if they're ever gonna get back again. I would love to see them get back again, and that way we can only pay to go to one conference. But For some reason, they just don't get along that well. But that's what we're gonna start doing. We got to start looking at actually when you leave appliance boot camp, we got to start migrating over into these professional organizations. And we got to get some people to actually start running to get positions into these professional organizations. Because what's going to eventually happen, the more people we start putting out there, you got more people starting to look at our programs, and it get to the point where then they start demanding stuff like you have to take tests or you have to have a certain license to get in. And we want to kind of hedge that off before we get started. We don't want to close the door behind us so other people can't come in. We want to make this industry very inviting, and we want to same way we came in. We want to keep that door open for other people to come in and have the same freedom of life that we're getting. So, but yeah, that's where we're at right now. Where um, I'm whatchamacall. I'm getting to the point where I gotta start pushing people over into the actual professional organization because there's only so much I can do. And those organizations are prepared for us to come there. That's the best place for us to be at is over there, because over there, not only do you have those, you have all your peers that can teach you business and stuff, but you also have we have a lot more money over there. So things that we need to have done in Congress, you have lobbyists over there that can uh, that will whatchamacall, they'll go lobby and keep stuff fair for us and all that stuff. So we need to be over there. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna start reading some of the stuff that we have going on in the chat, and then I'm gonna get out of here. I don't want to keep you too long today. Darren Clark, what's up going on, Mike? Hey, how you doing? Mika Woods, how you doing from Houston? Hey, DR7 Lingo. Hey, how you doing? Will Matthews, ownership indeed. Yeah, that's all I'm teaching ownership. So the technical part, I give you enough technical part to get you going and to get your mind working right. And a lot of it you're gonna have to learn on you're gonna have to do on the job training. Uh, but you're doing it at the expense of a third party warranty company. And so with that, that protects you and the customer. You don't go out and do no cash calls until you're really good with diagnose. And I'm surprised at how fast these guys are picking this stuff up. They are picking it up really good and going fast. Okay, Black 1221 2. I can't wait to attend your class in January, bro. Yeah, same too. I can't wait till January to get here. I'm really excited about the building. Matter of fact, I'm really excited to get into that building. I had started doing some demo, but we got an issue that we have to work out with the survey that we done. So once the survey is done, and we get the issue worked, then I can go back into the building. So uh, they saying that I should have everything done by the 24th, but I lost almost a half a month, and they won't let me go back in because of insurance problems, insurance issues right now. I got because I it's still we're still under contract, but we haven't closed yet until we because I got one of the owners got some property, got some of his building on the property that I'm buying, so we have to get that squared away before I can actually close. Uh, I'm waiting for that to go, and I'm a little anxious to get in there and get going. Mario Goodson, evening everyone checking in from South Carolina. Hey, how you doing? Sonya. I'm not a male, but I want to give this skill to my young men. That's fine. Like I said, because you're not maybe the ideal candidate, that doesn't mean you can't come and it don't work for you. But whenever you're doing a business, you got to know who your target customer is to market to that person. When somebody tell you everybody's their customer, they ain't got no customer. They don't know who they marketing to. I know who I'm marketing to, and that don't mean nobody else can't come and nobody won't get anything from it. But I have to teach it that that's who I'm actually going after. And if I know that, I know what messages I need to send. I know I know when I go out to other companies to market. If I go to a company and market, and they ask me who's your customer, and I say everybody, they can't even write a marketing campaign for me. They won't even know who to even go. They just gonna send it out there to everybody. Yeah, I hope you grab. No, it's like you fishing. If you're going fishing for bass, it's a certain lure you put on. If you're going fishing for catfish, it's a certain lure you put on. Same thing. If I know the people who have the most success, and I know the people that when I'm talking out here, who when I the words and stuff that I say and what I'm talking about, the message reaches their core. That's the group that I'm talking to, and that's the group I'm trying to pull in. Now, for a younger man, some younger men have came here done really well because they was on a different wavelength. They want this. They want the average young man that came. But most young men, they're gonna be more into the technical part and more into the actual getting the job and learning the skill, which is rightfully so because at that stage they're probably not mature enough to run their own business to do things the correct way. But the guy who's 35 to 55, he knows what he's up against. He see his future and he knows what he has to do. So he's ready to put the work in. Good afternoon, Mike from Miss Ann LBC. I'm with you on that. Hey, hi, ownership. Hey, how you doing, Ann from the LBC? Space Age 3000, Augusta, Georgia, checking in. Hey, how you doing? Darren Clark from Tennessee. Hey, all right. BK from the Rocket. What's good, fam? Doing good. Okay, Mika Woods. What I learned not being on a job is you actually get to see that there is so much opportunity to make money out here that you would never see the possibility while I was on a job. Yeah, it's true. A lot of people ask me, how do you know this stuff that's going on? Because most of the stuff that I do, when I go meet with people, and I go to the meetings and stuff with the town, and go talk to the town managers, go talk to people, investors. That's during the time most of the people at work, so they don't get to see that. I get to see that. So then that gives me a chance to make more money. Ghana Warrior checking in from ATL. All right, Veracity Cash. Greetings, Mike. I hope all is well with you and your family. Yeah, same with you. How you doing, Veracity Cash? Mario Goodson. That would be another class, Mike. Financial boot camp with Mike Sneed. There's levels that we need to learn to play on. Yeah. Matter of fact, I have two young ladies that might be coming on to actually start doing more of a financial and real estate for you all. Because we get a lot of people who's actually asking about real estate and investing and stuff like that. And like I say, next year I'm gonna actually start bringing y'all along to actually to my houses that I'm actually renovating for my rental properties and for my retirement. And I've been talking to those two young ladies. They're two twin sisters. One of them is a real estate agent, and the other one is a financial advisor who deals a lot with stocks and bonds and stuff. And they might be coming on and actually giving you all some advice. Checking in from Memphis, Tennessee, CCH 1978. Checking in from Memphis, Tennessee area. Patiently waiting on the November class. All right. Veracity Cash. Mike, I just wanted to say that I requested an increase or higher pay raise from one of the warranty companies in my diagnostic fee. There you go. And they approved it. Way to go, man. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. Yeah, they got to. There's nobody out here. There's nobody out here doing this. There's nobody out here doing this. For so long, they have uh, push people away from skilled trades, and they have whatchamacallit. They have made it so hard for people to enter into the skilled trades that it left a big open gap. Matter of fact, right here, um, this right here, I told you all I'm studying right now for the whatchamacallit to take my Arizona business and law. I'm getting my Arizona electrical contractor's license, and look how thick this book is. This book right here, as you see, is their business and law exam. The business and law exam for states for electrical contractors. When I first got started taking the test, it was two sheets of paper that you would get. It might be might be 4 or 5 questions on there about business law and about insurance and stuff like that. But what happened? This company NASCAR came along, and they said, "Let us make your business and law test and make that a different test that they have to pass." So they make it harder for people to get the licenses. And what happens now with like I said, used to be 2 pieces of paper. You'll print them off. It would just be 2 sheets of paper you could print off, and that's all it was. And they'll just add 1 or 2 questions, maybe 4 questions on your electrical contractors test about business law. Now they got this whole separate book, and they got a whole separate test. It's a 4-hour test that I gotta take just on business law, and every state got a different one. And so now I got to now take another 4-hour test. So I got the electrical contracting one. I'm good. I was able to get what they call a waiver on that one because I so many other licenses I got, they gave me a waiver But the business law for Arizona, they say I've never taken the business law, so now I gotta go take the business law. And so that's the type of stuff that's gonna start happening in the appliance repair field. Because what's happening, is we're letting the cat out the bag. We're telling everybody that hey, this skilled trade right here is making a lot of money. And I'm not telling people now. If I was telling people to go get come here, get technical training, then you can go out and get a job for somebody, they would love that. Because nobody, the industry is suffering so bad, they don't have enough employees and technicians. They would love that. They would love for you to come out and get a job. But I'm telling people, hey, you go out and you get your own contract and you start your own business and you go out here and compete. They don't like that. They don't want to see you coming out here competing against them. They want you to come working for them. So when that start to happen, that's when they start doing all of this, saying, hey, you can come work for somebody. You don't have to worry about taking all these tests, and you don't have to worry about all the other stuff. You can just go to school, go to a training school, get a certificate, so I can know that you went there and that you got that you completed the program. But you have to work for me for 7 years, and then I got to sign off and say that you did work for me, and that you can go take the test. And then if I do sign off, because most people are going to ask you why you need to go take the test, you're going to say, well, I want to start my own business. Where are you going to start it at? I'm going to start it here. You're going to compete against me. Most people say that why am I going to put you out here to compete against me? Nah, that's okay. They say I'm not going to sign it, or they'll fire you. That's what they used to do in the past when you try to go get your electrical license. They'll fire you, or they'll make it so you quit. They'll tell you, oh, we're going to dig a trench 300 feet, and they give you they won't go get a trencher. They give you the shovel and the pick and a gravel hole and pickaxe and say, hey, go ahead and dig this trench, and by the end of the week you quit. And then you quit, they say, hey, he quit. No, I don't owe him no unemployment, I don't owe him anything. And so that's what they normally would do if you try to go get your license. But you can work for somebody all day, and that's what I'm teaching you all to go get become owners. And I'm pretty sure before it's said and done, we're gonna have some pushback behind it. Kevin Roberts, what's up, Mike? Hope all is well. Everything's going good. Veracity Cash, what full-time job will give you an increase on pay on demand? It won't happen. They give you 50 cents. And you probably got maybe $10, $15 and whatnot. So yeah, nobody gonna give you an instant pay on demand. Nah, they tell you nah. Darren Cash, Clark, Everest, they talking. Okay. Capital Ventures. I'm in late, but I'm here. Houston, Mike, I haven't received the ad for the drive-in cleaning. I sent them out to everybody who's been emailing right here again. Everybody who's emailed me, I sent them out. And next week I have a new course out for you too. It's gonna be for people who want to do drive-in cleaning. It have everything in there. And it can be used two ways. It can be used to actually supplement your appliance repair business if you want to use it to supplement and create more work for your appliance repair business. And also it can be used for somebody who just want to do that as a business, who want to start their own businesses. Like I say, I'm teaching people this ownership and start their own business. So it's gonna have everything in there you need to start your own drive-in cleaning business. So that'll be out next week too. Robert Wells, please tell us how much you pay your tax, please. Just watch your 5K accounts video. Uh, that because some of my texts watch, and I might have said it in the past, but now I'm kind of skeptical because I didn't know so many people watch the videos that I don't want to put my technician stuff out there. So I'm and in the past I've even on some videos I might have showed how much some of them were getting per week, but I can tell you my technicians they take home over $1,200 a week in their pocket. So I'll tell you that much. And they're not my techs; they subs. I don't have any. I don't have any employees, and those are experienced. That's not starting off. Those are experienced technicians. All right. KT, good evening, Mike. Hey, how you doing? BK from the Rocket. Tyler Perry was playing chess. Spike Lee was just happy to be at the game table. Yeah, that's the way it sounds. That's the way it sounds. Tone Bratch, what's up, everybody? Darren Facts, BK from yeah. Veracity Cash, I requested a higher rate than $85 and they approved it. Plus, due to distance from some call, I asked for a trip fees and got approved. Yep, that's the way it goes, man. That's the way it goes. Mika Woods, hey Mike, what do you estimate the profit margin is on the 85K? On the 85K, that's what I'm saying. 85. You not say 85K. I'm talking about net. I'm not talking about gross. I'm talking about net. 85K. That's all going in your pocket. That's net 85K. You know, when you're doing when you're doing a service business, it's not like a lot of the other stuff that you going a lot of other business you be doing. Far as like when I was at my retail store when I was selling appliances, you know, in order for me to make money, I had to spend money up front. Before I could even make any money, it would cost me $6,000 to $7,000 to get a truckload of appliances in. Then I had to pay the labor to refurbish them, and then I had to pay the marketing on. I had to do all of that before I made any money. Versus the appliance repair business and any service business, it don't cost you nothing. Somebody they'll email you if you do it the way I say start off with a third party warranty company. You have to quite naturally you're gonna have to put a little money up front to get your insurance and get your tools and all that. But once you get paid that initial cost to get your insurance and your tools, get your shirts and get your letters on your van or car, then you sit at home and they email you, and when you get the email, you drive. It don't cost you nothing, maybe $5 to drive to the person's house. When you get to the person's house, they give you a deductible, $75, $100. You diagnose the problem. After you diagnose the problem, you call it into the home warranty company, and I say go to the companies that will send you the parts starting off. You call in, tell them what parts you need. They send you the parts, and then you go back and put the parts on. Then you bill out to the third party warranty company, and next couple of days, or however y'all got it set up. Some of them 3 days, 2 days, 5 days. Some of them might be even 30 days, depending on what you got set up. They're what we call they'll deposit the money in your account, and so that's all profit. That's all profit. Now you 5, 10. With me, right now we use a little Dodge Caravans. Because I can get them from the state for about $3,000 or less. I use those, and they work good. Cost me $20 to fill that thing up and drive it all day. You know. Okay. Wealth creation. It's all about ownership and being an entrepreneur. Yeah, that's what I'm teaching. That's what I'm teaching. That's what I'm teaching. And like I tell people, if you're going to be an entrepreneur and ownership, once you get the mindset of a boss, then you're going to realize that the technical part you don't need to know that much. It's the other stuff. No, it's totally different. Being a boss and running a business is totally different than what you call than being a technician. If you go to any garage, say like for instance, you go to any car dealership, and the guy who owns the car dealership, he don't know nothing about fixing no cars, and most of his money is made in the mechanic shop. That's where the money is made. But you ask him about he don't know how to change the oil, but he know how to run his business. That's all he care about, and that's where you gonna have to get to. You have to get to a point that once you get there and you got the mindset of a boss and you get ready to start becoming a business owner, then you change that over and you realize when I keep telling you all that you didn't really need know how to repair appliances if you was a good business owner. If you was a good business owner, then you would just go out and hire people, technicians to actually to do the technical part, and you would just run the business. Okay. KT, you said in one of your videos when you said home warranty companies pay $125 per diagnostic call. Is that the minimum that most companies pay these days? What about the $85 per hour? Once again, what I'm saying is the $85 per hour. That's how I'm getting the 125. Cause I'm saying before you go out to the customer house, you're gonna call them, get their model and serial number. You're gonna take that model and serial number. You're gonna go on Appliancetology. You're gonna go on YouTube. You're gonna look up everything it is to look up about the appliance. And you're gonna do the research. You're gonna get the service manual. You're gonna get the schematic. You're gonna do all that research. So you're gonna spend an hour and then you gotta go to the customer house and diagnose it. And then once you diagnose it, that's your hour and a half. You're gonna spend an hour and a half from the time you got that service call, calling, setting them up, doing all your stuff before you go out, getting the service manual, doing your research, and then going out diagnosing the problem. So that you got an hour and a half time putting in there now. It's not you at the house an hour and a half, but you don't spend the hour and a half on that service call. That's your billable hours for right now. So when you call the warranty companies, you tell them what's wrong. They're gonna ask you, well, what's your labor to date? And your labor to date, you're gonna say, I got an hour and a half in at $85. That's gonna give you your 125. And so then they're gonna say, okay, how much will it cost for us to go for you to go back out there and install the part? You're gonna tell them same thing. It'll take an hour and a half. It'll be another 125. So when you get ready to go back out there, they're gonna give you the approval for $250 for the completed call. So when you go back out there, you're gonna do the same thing. When they're gonna send the parts to you. When you get the parts, you want to inspect the part, make sure it's not broken. You want to call the customer and schedule a time. And you want to go back on YouTube, look at everything about putting that part on, and know everything about it. When you get to the customer house, you're gonna go out there and put the part on. And then once you put the part on, you're gonna come back home and you're gonna bill out. And when you billing out and stuff, that's time you got to charge. You got to charge for everything that you're doing, not just at the time you spend at the customer house, um, um, diagnosing and actually putting the part on. That's a small part of it. You gotta go home and to your office and actually and complete those work orders. You gotta look up those part numbers and stuff. You gotta get paid for that. You don't do that for free. You gotta get paid for that. So that's part of your billable hours. Raven Junk Removal Entrepreneur. Hey, 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 I'm in Tampa. Okay. Just get the info, please. Just get on info, please. Okay. Mike Reed, these training classes are good and you get to know the tech support people. These training classes are good and you get to know the tech support people. Okay. All right. All right. What I mean, what's the minimum payout per service call? Do home warranties determine that for me or do I ask for that? Once again, we're going back to the business mindset. Nobody's gonna what you call determine. And when you become a boss, a business owner, nobody determine how much you make or anything anymore. You tell them how much you charge, and if they don't want to pay you how much you charge and they don't want to do business, y'all just don't do business. It's okay if you just don't do business. That's no problem with that. You can find somebody else that want to do business with you. So what you do, you tell them you charge $85 per hour, and you're gonna spend an hour and a half um uh going out to diagnose a service call, and you're gonna spend an hour and a half going out there putting the part on, and that's how you get your 250. But yeah, so if you go out there and they decide they don't want to get it repaired, they owe you 125. That's it. Kevin Roberts, I registered for January class. Will it be held in the new? I'm hoping so. But that's my plan. I'm planning to whatchamacall to hold it in a new location. But like I say, I can't say definitely until we get closer to that. But that's my goal to be in a new location for the January class. Great session, Mike, during the October 5th and 6th Appliance Bootcamp class. And thank you and JT for YouTube interview. My people here in Virginia are loving it. Yeah, thank you, Veracity Cash. Thanks. We appreciate you too. Mike Reed, the Whirlpool GE class tell you what's wrong with the current model and what's the fix for the issues are. Yeah, they do. They're good classes. They're real good classes. Oh, Bass Finder 68. I'm a loser. I can't own shit. No, don't say that. If that's one thing too. If you believe that, then you are. I don't care how much somebody try to motivate you and tell you you're not. If you believe that you are that, then unfortunately, that's what your mind is going to do. Your mind's going to make you like that. It's gonna make you that because that's what you believe. Um, and it's gonna make you that. And I don't care how much I tell you you're not, or somebody tell you not. If you believe that, then you whatchamacall, you are gonna be that. And there's nothing I can do to change it. Okay. Okay, MSA should be in January. Okay, all right, there you go. Sway start professional organization. Start a professional. Nah, that's not me. You gotta know your lane too. I ain't got I'm not I don't have no desire to start no organization. Matter of fact, um the more I'm in organizations, the more I hate organizations. So I don't have no desire to be in no more organization or starting one. Darren Clark, hit the like. Okay, thanks. All right. Josh Khan, hey fam. Tarek Narek, what up, Mr. Sneak? Hey, how you doing? Okay, here go Veracity Cash. And asking for an increase, start off humble in the beginning, but as you get better technical in your skills and experience, you can request higher pay. Yeah, there you go. Okay, Tyler, if you attend a live event, can you have access to the online for reference to certain repairs? Um, we're looking at trying to get that to put those two together starting next year when we get into the new building. But what I want you to do once you leave the live event, I want you to be going over to Appliance and actually going there to reference for your repairs and stuff. And the reason I say that because there you're gonna have hundreds and thousands of technicians there, and you have somebody who that's their job is to support that site and to give you everything that you need. And the more people that we get over there on that site and actually logging in and putting content and stuff, the better that site is going to get. So I want you to be over there doing that. 'Cause over there, if you got any problem, somebody done seen it and somebody can help you. And I want you to get used to being with the industry. I don't want us to be sectioned off. I want to push you over into the industry and do what I'm teaching y'all to do exactly what I do. I don't want y'all to be here and I'm cradling y'all the whole time. I want y'all to come here, learn this, then step out and be the same thing that I am. I want y'all to be a business owner like me and over there into that into where we are as a profession. I want y'all to move over to that professional part over there. Young disciple can make a living off just warranty work, and is the online course just effective as going to weekend boot camp? Because I don't think I got the time to go. Yeah, you some people all they do is warranty work. Some people don't do any COD work. All they do is warranty work. I personally I like I said I like to have my mix 80/20 where I'm doing 80% COD, 20% warranty because just know warranty companies are not loyal to you. If you know they change out regional reps all the time. So you might have a good regional rep now, but then they get a promotion or they leave and a new regional rep come, you and him might not, her might not get along, and they'll dump you. Or they might come in and they got a company in mind that they're looking to bring in, and they bring that company in over top of you and cut your calls. Or they'll call. They'll just tell you what your price is going to be. They're going to cut your price. They can do any of that. So nah, I say you warranty work. You start off with them because it protects you and the customer, but eventually you want to move to COD. And at COD, you own you that those are your customers then, and you kind of isolated from them actually anybody then taking work from you, not unless you mess up with your COD customers. Hey, nah, Dr. Funk. Hey, good to see you here. And far as coming to the boot camp and online, if you somebody who's mechanically inclined and you good with working with your hands and power tools and stuff like that, and you don't necessarily you can go look at a video and fix your car and stuff, then yeah, you can do that straight. You wouldn't necessarily have to come to boot camp. You could look at it online and take care of it. BK from the Rockies. Quick business question to Mike in chat. When setting up an LLC for my side gig, should I pay a service to my registered? Should I pay a service to be my registered address, or just use my home address? Um, I've whatchamacall. I use my home address. Some people don't like using their home address. They like using a UPS box and stuff like that. I have no problem using my home address for mine. I think I got one business that, and it's not really my business. It's one I got with a group where we use a registered address. And when he talking about registered address, that's the place where the business can be registered. And they actually cracking down on that too, because a lot of people say if I wanted to be into like this hot area, I want to Google to recognize my business, like in Chapel Hill near the Governor's Club. I could go to the UPS box store near the Governor's Club and rent out a box, and and Google would list my business as being there. I use that UPS box store, And what happened when somebody in that neighborhood typed in appliance repair near me, I would pop up and they'll show me as being right next door to them, and they will call me. So some people are using that right there to kind of fool Google and stuff like that. And a lot of that stuff now is not working as well. So I just use my home address because not moved to the new building. Because I'm owning that business. I'm not that building. I'm not going to be in and out of it. I'm gonna make that my address for my businesses. But for one, I trade addresses several times, and I didn't want to have to keep going to the state and changing the address. And I know you can separate your mailing address and your registered address, but I just didn't want that. I just didn't want that headache. So, but when I move to the new building, I am going to make my businesses in there. Untamed Kango. Word up, Mike Sneed, Mike Check, and TML. Thanks for flicking the strobe lights. Okay. Yeah, Mike Check and TML. They you need to go to their channels if you haven't been and watch their stuff. Matter of fact, they had a good video on today that they uploaded. Mike Check and TML. They done an interview together. They it's really good. Both of them give out very good advice. Go there and check them out. That's BK and them talking. All right, they talking stuff in chat. Okay. CCH 1978. That's true. After I got my license for pest control, a few other employees tried to get theirs and they wouldn't sign off. See, there you go. They wouldn't sign off on it for them. That's what happened. I know plenty of people back home will work for this electrical company and they get ready to go get the license. The guy wouldn't sign off for them. And they wouldn't do it. And they never got the license. All right. Hey, nah, Dr. Funk. If you're a real good electrician, can you just skip all the exams and start your own electric? Nah, they won't let you do that. You can't even sit down and take the test until somebody sign off and tell you that you can take the test. And they're gonna check because what happened. See what happened. The same thing is gonna happen. I'm telling you all, same thing is gonna happen to the appliance repair. What happens uh, when when people start making money, what they want to do. I admit some stuff I'm guilty like this too. If I see if I might be at a corner of market or something, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna try to corner it off, and once I get my foot get planted in and rooted into that market, I might keep other people off of coming into that market. But I don't want to hinder nobody from actually making a living where they actually have to come through me. I want to compete, but I'm gonna make it hard for you to come back and come into a market that I own. I am gonna guard that market, but I'm not gonna use the government to do it. I'm gonna use business strategies and stuff like that to keep you off. But some people, what they do, they pay the government. Like I said, we have PSA and USA, and they have a lot of money. They have a lot of people who are members in that organization. And if they start seeing a lot of people coming in to appliance repair, starting businesses and getting contracts and cutting their contracts, they're gonna pay their lobbyists to say, hey, people are messing up people's floors. They causing fires in people's houses. We need to have some way to protect the public from all these people just jumping in this trade. And they'll pay the lobbyists to go to Congress, and then Congress say, yeah, every state need to have a license for appliance repair. And what PSA USA say, hey, we've been doing it now for 60 years. We know exactly what the test need to be about. We know how to tell if somebody know what they're doing. Give us the test. Let us be over administering the test and everything. Matter of fact, they'll take their board members and put them on the board, and then what they'll do, they'll make it almost impossible for you to get. Because then they'll go to test writers, just like the electrical contractors do, and every professional organization, they go to the test writers. They say, we need you all to write us a test uh, for uh, for uh, for this appliance repair license. And when you writing the test, we need y'all to guarantee us only like a 2% pass rate, and they can do it. Because they have psychologists to write these tests for them, where the psychologists they know how your brain works. If you look at your brain works funny. You think they know if they change a letter here in the middle, they can change one letter in the middle of a word to give something a totally different meaning. But they know that your brain only looks at the first letter and the end letter of a word and then put the word together. it automatically assumes, kind of like a computer uses its cache and stuff. That's how your brain operates. And these psychiatrists, they know that, and they'll write the test where they'll give you the right, they'll make you think it's the right answer, because your brain will see those two words and it'll automatically say, okay, that's the right answer. And you can read it. You have to read it 3 or 4 times to get the test, to get this before you realize, hey, that's not right, because your brain is playing tricks on you, and they know that, and they know how to put those tests in there for that. They give you a time limit too, and they know if you take the test, and they know some questions, if you do all the questions in order, they know that you won't have enough time to finish it, because it's just not enough time allocated. But if you go through and answer all the lookup questions first, and then do your math questions last, then you have enough time. Then you have enough time to finish, and they know that. And if you don't know how to take the test, you can't pass it. And nobody, ain't nothing nobody can do to show you how to pass, unless you start paying somebody $700 or $800 to go to a course, and they show you how to take the test. But other than that, you can't just go take it on your own and pass it. Yeah, bubblegum machines. They there. Ain't nobody stole them. Last time I saw them, they was there. They're about half empty. So I'm gonna be picking them up. That's Milkman Trucker. So I'm gonna be picking them up, and probably in the end of this month, I'll go there and pick one up. Okay, look forward to October course. Yeah, look forward to that too. I got a lot of questions going on amongst each other. All right. Will okay, Raven Junk Removal Entrepreneur. Will a event in St. Pete Beach be all day and all night? Yeah, it's like a week long, and it's all day, and then at night they have stuff for us to do. So they have stuff for your family. So if you bring your wife and kids, they have stuff for them to do during the day. But yeah, it's an all day, it's an all week event. So they have stuff all day. It starts like 7 in the morning, and they have stuff going on all the way until about 5 in the afternoon. Then they have like a lunch. Then after lunch, they have something going on that night. They have an excursion, or they have trade shows. They have events. They have something to do for you all day and all night. Young disciple, do I have to start with a van? No, you can start with your car, your van. No, I'll be what you call. No, I started with my wife 88 Honda Accord. That's what I started with. But I want you all to be a lot more professional than I was starting off. But if you start with a car or something like that, make sure you got letters on it, or a stick, or a magnet on it. But eventually, you want to move to a van or a truck. Hey, Mike check in here. How you doing? Glad I caught the live stream. Shout out to everybody here, and thanks again, Mike, for the info. You welcome, man. Breezy talking. Okay, I want to do the drive-in cleaning business on the side when I get off. How can I get people to actually get the service? Most people I talk to don't ever get it done. Is $100 too much to charge? Like I said, next week I'm gonna have a drive-in service where you can actually buy that, and it's gonna go through everything, how you market, what neighborhoods you need to market to, and everything, how much you need to charge. I'm gonna have all that up next week, and you be able to get that, and it'll go over all of that. Okay. Do you suggest people to apply with every third party company until they get a contract? Yeah, yeah. And after you get contracts, keep going, because you'll find out after people are finding out after they working with some of them that they don't what you call they don't like the people that they're working with, and they want to do another one. So I tell you, don't cancel. But just tell them to put you on hold, and go to the next one. So yeah, you do as many as you like till you find the one that you like. Because some people, like I say, some third party warranties I like, other people didn't like them. They came through the course. Some people like some that I didn't like. So it could be different in different areas depending on your contractor rep. Okay, they talking. All right, everybody talking. Yeah, everybody talking. Mike check. And Mike check, good guy, very good guy. Okay, Capital Ventures. Mike have had a warranty company that doesn't send parts. I was looking at TMM and Mike check, and they were saying that sometimes warranty companies don't send you some parts. Yeah, some warranty companies won't send you parts, but like I say, you running your own business. So if they don't want to send you the parts, and you just starting off, then you just don't do work with them. You find you somebody who will. Now, as you get once you start doing this, and you actually start making money, and you got your surplus of money, where you can then afford to go out and buy the parts and stuff, and don't have to worry about killing your cash flow. Then you can maybe go out and do some work for those companies. But starting off, when you just starting to work, I don't want you going to companies not going to send you the parts, because if you misdiagnose a control board, on some of the control boards, even the manufacturers say either this board or that board. They don't tell you which one it is, so it almost become like a guessing game. And each one of those boards should be $300. And if you guess wrong, and you go out and spend $300, and got to spend $300 again, $600, and then you got to wait some time to get your money, maybe 30 days or so. They ain't gonna be no they ain't gonna be no fun. So I'm saying, if they don't want to send you the parts right now, you just can't do business with them. You gotta find you your own company, and you gotta find somebody who's gonna send you the parts, or else you can't do business with them. And then once you get better at diagnosing, and you got some cash on hand, and you got enough of a buffer where it's not gonna kill your cash flow to go buy parts, then you do it. All right. Um, Okay, once you are a Raven junk removal entrepreneur, once you are an entrepreneur, your mindset will change. Yeah, it will change. Like I said, but right now, I'm gonna be honest with you, Raven junk removal. They the society has really got people locked in. Where they right now, I'm having a hard time breaking people out of it. It really got people locked in with this employee thing. It got people locked in where they just can't go. And it's a good book. A good book for everyone to read. It's The Miseducation of the Negro by Carter G. Woodson. And that's what he talks about. He talks about, if you control the way a person think, you don't have to worry about their actions. You don't have to tell nobody to go to the back door. They'll go to the back door without you even telling them. And if it's not a back door, they go build one for their own own satisfaction for themselves, because their education makes it like that. And that's what's happening here now, where now they got so many people educated into being employees and to being soldiers, and just following directions. Even if I tell them they don't have to do it, they forcing themselves to be employees, where they actually forcing the warranty companies to be their employees. They're forcing themselves to have a certificate. They can't break the mindset, because they just got too much of it's just too much on them, to the point uh uh where to the point where I feel like sometimes they asking me for permission to do stuff. Now I'll be telling, no, so you the boss, you do what you want to do, but they still gotta have somebody to give them the permission to say it's okay. Okay, off 9 o'clock. Hey, how you doing? Okay. There you go again, Greg B. So they take your word on it. Yeah, you your own business. You're not punching no clock or nothing like that. You your own business. And this ain't like I told you all before. The same thing Mike Check and TMM said. The industry will flush you out if you're not doing what you say you're going to do. You can't hide. You can't hide from the industry. The marketplace will flush you out. That's why everybody keeps saying somebody going to cheat them, and they doing bad business. You're doing bad business, the marketplace will get you up out of here quick. So yeah, if you're not doing what you say you're doing, and you're not giving the honest work, it's gonna show. They'll know. Everybody will know. I'm gonna do a few more, then I'm gonna get on out of here. All right, y'all got some stuff going on in there. All right. What do you know about cleaning air ducts? Have you ever done that? No, I don't clean air ducts. I just do the dryer vents. Uh, Space Age 3000. That's a troll, Mike. He's putting out bad vibes. I don't know who you're talking about. Okay, they got something going on there. Abdul Kadar. What is the next big thing in the next 5 years? I don't know. And what? That's real broad. You gotta come down with that. Greg B. I bought this book off Amazon called Troubleshooting Appliance Repair. Yeah, this. Okay, yeah, that's a good book. I've been reading that. Matter of fact, I think Mike Check and TMM, or either TMM, one of them going to do a review on that book. That's a good book. I actually got it. Some guys came to the class and actually actually told me about it, and I went and got it, and I've been reading it. I think it's a pretty good book. Matter of fact, I might start incorporating some of that into Appliance Bootcamp. As a matter of fact, I am going to incorporate some of that. Okay. Mika Woods, that is good profit. Current business grosses a great number, but in our industry, fence industry, main goal is 30%. Liking the numbers on appliance repair even more. Okay. All right. All right. CCH 1978. To piggyback off you saying leaving the door open, not only are the managers not signing off, starting next year is a good possibility that the state of Tennessee are going to revamp. Yeah, they are. They are revamping the rules. Like I said, what's happening now, because it's such a shortage. I think it was planned. Honestly, God, I think it was planned by the unions because it's such a shortage of tech contractors and skilled trade workers that the unions now are starting to come into down south and saying, "Hey, we're gonna come in and we're gonna start opening shop and giving you your skilled trade workers and stuff like that." And they're like now, as if I'm an electrical contractor in North Carolina, I can have 3,000 people working for me under my license. It don't matter. I can have as many as I want. With the unions and stuff coming in and start saying, "Oh, you can only have three people working for under every." They're gonna make a what they call a journeyman license and say for every journeyman you got three people working for them. So all that crazy stuff. And what happens with that? That start making the price go up for the customer because I'm not gonna pay the extra money for the journeyman and all this and that. I'm gonna pass the price off to the customer. So now the customer is going to go up. The price of the repair is going to go up higher, and that's going to force more people to go to the handyman, jackleg, or illegal immigrants to do it. That's all they're doing. It don't help the customer at all. Don't help the customer at all. Um, I say that I say that too. You better get in this while you can before they change the rules. Yes, yeah, the rules are going to get changed. The rules are going to get changed. Because just think how many people knew about appliance repair in the last 2 years. The last 2 years, nobody knew anything about appliance repair. I've been telling people this, God knows, for years, and couldn't get nobody in. Actually, I had to pay people to learn it. I haven't been on YouTube no more than about 6 or 7 months, hardly. But for Facebook and family and friends, I've been telling people this for years. You need to get in here and make some money. Nobody wanted to hear about it. I think Mike Check and TMM Appliance may be in on a couple of years doing it, but I don't know if people still grasp with them out here. I don't know if people really grasp what was going on. But now you look, now you're seeing everybody coming out saying, "Hey, there's some money to be made out here." You're seeing people going to appliance boot camp coming out, and they're saying, "Man, there's money to be made out here." And y'all seeing it that is doing it, and you seeing that the people saying, "Hey, it's just too much work out here." To the point, one guy called me. One guy came from appliance boot camp. He called me Friday, and he was surprised. He said, "How do you people getting my number?" I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "I've got people calling me out the blue, trying to give me contracts and give me money." And he said, "How did they get my number?" I said, "Well, you register your business with the state, with your LLC. So you got people who's calling trying to, because they got work need to get done, and they want to give you work." And he said he never been in a business where he wasn't having to he said he never been in a business where he whatchamacall where he had to actually turn people down because they come trying to do work for him. All his businesses, he said he had to go out and find customers. He said here he turning customers back at the door because he don't have the capacity to do it. Okay. Um, let's see. They talking amongst each other. MBN, stop giving PSA and USA ideas, Mike. Hey, they already got them. They already got them. I ain't giving them no ideas. They already got them. M Sway, you say you would put the dryer vent info up here, up where on the site or on YouTube? Nah, the dryer vent. We're gonna make that into a course. We making that into a course. It's gonna be a small fee if you want to get that. It's gonna have everything you need. It's gonna have the flyers. It's gonna have how you go market. It's gonna have me going out showing you how to do bandit signs, how to find where to place your bandit signs, how to fill out your LLC, everything. So that's gonna be an actual course. That's not gonna be something we're gonna put up. That's gonna be an actual course we're gonna put together. Okay. Human '05 line. How long would you recommend someone to be in the warranty before you go COD? Also, how long would you recommend being in the appliance repair before going full time? Warranty to COD, your skill set will tell you that. I got some guys who came to the maybe the first and second appliance boot camp, and they feel confident enough that they can go out and do COD. Because they have done probably wow. One guy, uh, he's done over probably now he's probably done over 100 service calls, and he's putting in transmissions and stuff, and he feel confident to go out and do CODs. He actually done some CODs, so now he's going out doing CODs. Um, so that your skill set will let you know then if you ready, because you know you start getting better at diagnosing. You feel more comfortable with the customer. You feel more comfortable with your diagnosing and troubleshooting skills, and you say, hey, I can go COD. How long would you recommend being an appliance repair before going full time? I normally say if you come to the appliance boot camp or you do the online, if you follow my 5 bank accounts strategy, I say once you get 3 to 6 months of living expenses up, then you free to go full time. All right, Josh Can, Mike, you're so optimistic when it comes to owning a business, man. Listening to you makes me want to get it done ASAP. The message is hell. Okay, all right. Yeah, because that's what I teach. And like I say, the message that I put out there when I'm talking, it's not gonna resonate with everybody. 'Cause everybody's not gonna want to own a business, and the people who don't want to own a business, it's not gonna resonate with them. But the people who do want to own a business, that's why I have to put it out there and tell people it's not for everybody, but the people who needs to hear it, it's gonna hear it and it's gonna speak to their spirit and their soul. And they're gonna say, I gotta go there. He's talking about what I'm talking about. Because what happened, everybody, no, everybody is told to go get a job. You have everybody telling you to go get a job, how to be a good employee or something. But nobody never tells you to become an owner. Nobody never tells you you need to become an owner. You need to become an owner. And not everybody, just like not everybody needs to be an owner. Not everybody needs to be an employee. Somebody needs to be an employer for these employees. So the person who never had nobody to speak, like you just said, me speaking to you is just speaking. It's speaking something to your soul and to your spirit where it resonate with you. You said this, we on the same vibe. This is what I need to do. You the person that I'm talking to. The person who's saying, business being an owner is not for everybody. Everybody don't want to be a business owner. Whereas the message is not for them. So they move on. So yeah, but so, like I said, everybody, everywhere you go, people tell you how to be employees, and they gear their message to for people to be employees. But at some point in time, we gotta start putting the message out here for business owners, and that's what I'm doing. I'm talking to business owners, and if people don't want to be business owners, that's fine. It's not for everybody, but the person that it is for, this be the first time they're hearing it. They say, "Hey, this guy telling me he want me to be a business owner, and that's what I want." Space Age 3000. Why isn't the Smashman smacking the thumbs up button? We getting all this knowledge. Not sure. Yeah, I normally tell people, no, I might say something crazy between before I get off, and I normally tell people, hey, if I don't say nothing crazy, hit the like button. I might say something to tick you off, and you might not like it. So if you like it, yeah, please hit the like button. Okay. Clint Jackson. It's very hard to break employee mindset because it starts with the school system, and our parents have jobs and they don't own. Yeah, yeah, it's very hard. It's very hard. It because like I say, it's very hard to break it. And I'm seeing the guys that's coming here that wants to break it. It's a struggle to get them to break that mindset. Because everything in the world that they've been told is this is where you go, this is what you do, and now they're saying that it wasn't necessarily the right thing to do. The young guy that I was telling you about, who's doing transmission, who's done over 100 service calls, who's just knocking it out. He was actually in college, and he what you call he didn't go back to college, and he was doing a job. He was doing construction work, and he quit. He told me, he said, I'm quitting and I'm going full time at it. And he's really been doing good. He's really been doing good. And he's at the money that he wanted to make, and he got another goal. I think last time I talked, he said right now and he's a young guy. He's a young guy. He can't be no more than 21, 22. And he told me right now he's pushing. I think he told me he's pushing, maybe try to get to 1,200 or 1,500 a week now. And that's where he's at, and he said he can do it, and he doing CODs and everything. And plus, but he studies a lot of this. That's another thing too. People think that the guys are coming to Appliance Boot Camp, staying here for a weekend leave and going out doing service calls. No, these guys are putting in work. These the guys, the book and stuff. I never heard about the troubleshooting books. They went out and found that book and told me about it and brought that information back to Appliance Boot Camp. I never heard about it. And I sent them that book, and these guys, you're seeing them on all the forums. You go, they're looking up everybody. If you go to Mic Check, they over there looking at Mic Check all the time. They're looking at TML, and they're consuming anything they can about this appliance repair field. So they became very students of the game, and so they're not just coming here for no 2 days and go. They're thoroughly immersed in this thing. Okay, spoken three. Hey, how you doing? Nice shirt, Mike. Yeah, I got some more coming. They sent me a couple of samples, so I got some more coming. When we go to the new building, we're gonna have a storefront where we're gonna have shirts and books and everything there. Breezy talking. You know what? How much is the dry vent cleaning course going to be? And I heard you have to get on the roof in some of the houses. Is that true? Will I have to bring it? Nah, I don't. I don't go up on the roof to do them. I do all of them from the back of the dryer. Um, I'm looking at the dry vent cleaning course. I haven't got it. It's gonna be $250 or less. I'm thinking. I'm trying to get it at about $200 for everything. And that give you everything you need to go out and start your actual business. And the reason why I have to put it at about $200, because I have to do support afterwards. Once I put the course out there and people start buying the course, it's not like one time I sell the course, but every time I sell that course, I have people who email me, call me, excuse me, about the business and about what they're doing. So I have to have some tail end to be able to pay for the support on the back end. So that's what I'm looking at now. I'm looking at how much support is going to be needed to actually when people go buy this, about how many people are going to call and support afterwards. And that's how I'm trying to price it. But I'm trying to get to the point where I can get to the where you don't have to buy the whole courses for everything. You can actually do an a la carte where you can actually pick out what you need. If you needed just the business section, I can do the business. Later on, when I do start doing the policies and procedures, I will break that up, and you can just do that for a cheap price and very affordable. And for $200, you'll be able to go out and start a business where you can make $300-400 a day. That's very good. Mike, you never okay. Mike, you never answered the question. Your vent bids will be sold on the website. How will you know it's ready and where to find? I'm gonna do a video. JT and I will do a video, and let you know it's there. It's gonna be on Teachable or someplace like that. It's gonna be on Teachable. Same way you can buy Appliance Bootcamp online, you better buy the dryer vent cleaning business. Okay, JT, I'll see you next weekend. All right. And Breezy, yeah, 200 the great price. Yeah, that's I want to keep it. Yeah, I want to keep it up. I want to keep it very affordable. That stuff like that. I want to keep it very affordable, and have it so that y'all can go out here and make y'all money. I want to keep it very affordable. Yeah, there you go, Mike Check. You gotta watch every video you can, sometimes over and over to get the info. I've been doing it for years, and I still watch it. Yeah, me too. Me too. I watch what call. I watch everything Mike Check put out. I watch everything TMM put out. I watch things. Everybody, TK, DC, anybody who's doing something on appliances, I watch it. I even watch everything that Fred Appliances and them do. Their academy. I look at what they're doing. I watch all that stuff. You have to become a student of the game. And matter of fact, uh, I what we call Mike Check done one the other day about the driving, the motor, the centrifugal switch was broken on the motor. And believe it or not, the young guy that I was just telling you about, who's done over 100 service calls, we were talking and looking at your video. He ran into it. He ran into it about 2 days later after you put that video up. He ran into a dryer where the switch was broken. He said everything checked out, the heater element, the thermal fuses, the timer, everything checked out. And he looked at your video and he looked down there at the motor and he saw that the centrifugal switch was broken. I said, "Yep, there you go." It's funny how that thing worked out. But yeah, that's what exactly. Honest to God, he looked at your video, Mike, and one a day or two later he ran into it, and we were talking about it. And he it was a centrifugal switch. All right, somebody, yeah, he want to know what troubleshooting book. Yeah, somebody put it in there. Thanks, Fight Club. Yep, you are right. I just last night a refrigerator repair at 8 p.m. for a warranty company. I had to be at my full time job at 8. The same time, gotta look put in work. Yeah, it's funny. Same thing. Juan the other day, he was doing a dishwasher install, and same thing. He had to do a dishwasher install. He started the water line. Sometimes on these dishwashers, they can put them in what they call a L cabinet, and the water line is not long enough to get to the dishwasher. So he had to get a coupler to go in between them. And so he started it then, and then he go to work, and then he get off work, he had to go back and finish it. And I think it was late that night when he got done too. But yeah, that's what these guys are doing. These guys are. I'm gonna tell you, man. These guys come to Appliance Boot Camp. They out here hustling, man. They making money. They're not nobody out here just going out here trying to get no service fee. They not nobody out here just trying to go out here and make the money. They seriously, this is their business, and they taking pride in that being their business. And they're making sure everything is good. They're taking pride in it, and like I say, these are their businesses, man. These are their businesses, and just think, some of these guys 6 months ago didn't even think about owning a business or anything. Now they own businesses, and they're now hiring their families and friends and stuff. That's good. Yeah, Darren Clark. Yeah, watch the free video on Drive and Clean. Yeah, you can watch the free video. Yeah, Doctor Seven Lingo. Yeah, Mike made a video on Drive Clean. Yeah, you can do it that way. So, yeah, you can watch the free videos. Matter of fact, just about anything you want to do on a appliance repair and stuff, you can probably find a video for it. But what I do with my stuff, and like I tell everybody, I give you my actual formula of how I do it. So if you can watch the video on how to actually clean the dryer vent, but after you know how to clean the dryer vent, then comes the hard part, the business part. How I go out and market this thing. How I get people to pay me $99. If I got an apartment complex that got 60 units, how do I price that, and how do I get that done in a reasonable time frame? So that's the other stuff that I teach you in the actual drive and cleaning. But how to actually do the drive and cleaning, yeah, you can find that out anyway. When you go buy the drive and cleaning kit, it used to come with a CD-ROM, a DVD player, so you can actually see how to do it. Do it. But you can go online and just find out anyway how to clean it. But how to market it, that's the part that people don't know, the business part. Yeah, there you go, Mike Check. Yeah, I told Mike Check, man, he don't realize how popular he is. And when everybody who comes here to the appliance boot camp, every other word is Mike Check. TMM. I'm looking at mic check. That's I heard that every other word. Yeah, I looked at mic check or I looked at TMM. So yeah, these guys are watching you all. These guys are watching you all. And same thing. I didn't realize how much of an impact we have on these on the people when we put this stuff out here. Until you start you seeing people pop up and they say, yeah, I looked at the video you made. I made $10,000 on people popping up, and you to the appliance boot camp like Veracity Cash when he popped up. I thought he was a guy who been in service for about 5 or 6 years. Like I say, he just coming here just I guess to check me out and stuff. And then he told me, no, I started when just looking at you stuff. I was like, oh my God, man, you've been doing it how long? Oh, just several months. And you wouldn't have known. You wouldn't have known. Even the guys in the class was asking the same thing. How long you been doing this? He's a couple of months. You sure? Yeah, a couple of months. You never done it before? Nah, I just listened to what Mike JT done, and I just follow it. So yeah, these guys, we don't know how much of a reach we have. 'Cause a lot of times we get just the people that we have the normal people coming in the chat. A lot of people might be watching, they don't come in the chat. But I'm telling you, a lot of people are watching us, and a lot of people are joining into this industry and are doing great things. Are doing great things. Once again, I'm at about the I'm a little over the hour mark, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one short. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And like I said, I'm gonna have that dry event coming and within the next week. I'll probably be right after the class. We got another appliance boot camp this weekend. So right after the appliance boot camp, I'll release the dry event, and we'll see how that goes. See how y'all like that. Once again, thank y'all for tuning in to appliance boot camp, and I'll talk to you all later.